Hey everyone, it's Chris from Dad of Divas, and today I am talking about a brand new item called Future File that I just got introduced to, and it's a really cool idea. The whole concept here is for future planning, and really when you're talking about future planning, you're really talking about things that you don't always want to talk about, but they're things that you need to talk about. So they're things like, if I was to pass away, what would I want to happen with my with my funeral? How would my loved ones be able to access different things, etc. Things that you don't always think about, but they are things that you should be thinking about. And this company has put together a really great workbook series that give you a lot of different things. So this book is the whole instruction manual. It's not too long, but it's step by step. Talks to you specifically, step by step, about everything that you need to know. A couple of things that I was going to just mention that was really nice was, it gives you a roadmap, and it tells you about in the roadmap what should be in there. It's section by section. So it talks about medical issues, who to notify, your phone, your email accounts, powers of attorney, medical history, a list of medications, medical insurance, things like that. So that if you are dealing, if you are in an accident, if you're incapacitated, if there's a medical emergency, what do people need to know to be able to support you and be able to make sure that they're giving the right information to the medical providers. If for some reason, after that accident, after that injury, whatever the medical condition is, if it continues on, what do you want to happen? If you do pass away, what do you want to happen? The section B is all about the passing. And in the passing, they talk about who do you want to have to be notified. Again, access to email accounts, phone accounts. How do you want to be buried? Do you want to be cremated? Do you want to be actually buried? Ceremonies. What do you want your ceremony to be like? What do you want? What do you want your obituary to say? Who do you want to if there are specific things you want said in the ceremony itself. It gives samples of different things. So samples of obituaries. It gives information about headstones and grave markers, types of services and ideas to think about there. It then goes into personal affairs. And in personal affairs, it talks about, important information. Social security numbers, who your lawyer is if you have one, and if that lawyer has information about you, important documents, where are they, any business interests, things about minor children, pets, all kinds of things just like that. What do you want to happen? So these are all, this is really broken down well in the instructions, and the instructions walks you through step by step about what you can do. Then there is the guidebook. Now the guidebook is much more intense, and I started to go through the guidebook. I started to, put things in here. I found that you definitely want to use a pencil, because there may be times in your life where you have to make adjustments or changes to this, but this will take some time. It will take you some time. It will take you some effort. But it's important, because once this is done, this guidebook tells you what kind of documents should you be putting in this accordion folder, so that you can make sure that if something happens to you, that people will know what to do. Now this is made for one person. So for each one, you have the ability to be able to really take the time. So if you're married, they recommend that you have one for each of you. They sent me 2 of these, and I ended up keeping one for myself, and I gave one to my in-laws, because my in-laws are at an age where they haven't done this type of thing yet, and we asked them if they would do it, because again, we want to know, because we want to be able to support them. So if something does happen, we want to know what to do. I had thought about giving it to one of my own parents, and found that my one parent already had something that they had done already on their own, and the other parent lives farther away, so I wasn't able to meet up and give that to them. So that being said, this is a really, really quality system. It does take some time, but it's time that is worth setting apart so that you are setting your loved ones at ease for when things may happen. As I said, it's not a conversation that you typically want to have, but it is a very, very important conversation that you should be having. And going through these things, talking about these things, making sure that people understand what your wishes are ahead of time, because you never know how much time you have. So it's really important that you do what you can to prepare your loved ones for the time in which you may not be there. So again, this is Future File. I will put a link in the notes here about this. I really encourage you to check it out, try it out, see what you think, because it is definitely worth the time. It is a very high quality system that I recommend to everyone. If you have any questions about this, let me know. I'm still working my way through it, but feel free to reach out, ask some questions. You can leave a comment here too if you have questions, and I'll try my best to answer them or get you connected. Otherwise, have a great day.